2022, Robert.
It is.
Podcast Thunderdome.
Oh, fuck.
2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Jesus Christ.
This is the new year, new us.
Okay.
All right? We lost somebody.
We did.
But not really.
No, not in any permanent way.
He just has a sinus infection.
Yeah, and it hurts, and it's hard to talk.
He sounds like ass.
So lost is strong. There's a sick day.
Yes,
I don't know if sick day actually incurs Thunderdome protocols.
It does, 100%.
Okay.
If Chris bangs in sick,
Yeah.
we have Thunderdome protocols.
Okay, fair
And
enough.
then when he comes back, he has to Thunderdome protocol me.
Oh.
And then it just goes in a round robin way until we figure out which one of us is going to be running Bartertown.
Okay. Well, I'll be the humongous.
Okay, cool. Oh, can I ride on your back?
Of course you can.
No, you be Master, I'll be Blaster, and then he's Tina Turner and we turn on him.
There it is,
He's
too.
going to listen to this. He's going to know.
Well, yeah, now you spoiled it. Now you've ruined our plans.
He would look pretty dope in that Tina Turner outfit, though.
He looked pretty dope on my back.
You know what? You're right. Maybe I'm Tina Turner. Oh, man.
Well, you look sexy in long hair, in all fairness.
Oh, you know what, though? If I'm Tina Turner, I get that cool fucking arrow thing on my wrist, my gauntlet.
She
and I'm
is
like, Fiend.
a straight badass.
Oh, then I get you in the fucking rib.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. And then I make Chris go to the basement with the pig shit, and there you go.
All right, so let's reevaluate the Thunderdome protocols for future.
Maybe you're right. Thank you all so very much for joining us, Cryptonaut Podcast. I am Mark Storrs, and I am joined by Mr. Rob Morvey.
Fucking A right you are.
It is the Rob and Mark show because, unfortunately, as previously mentioned, Chris is not feeling well, but fear not, good folks. I saw him today, and he just sounds like shit, but he's good. So,
Yeah.
it's just sinus infection, sounds like shit, and there's no point in talking to him like because it's just going to sound awful. So
Right. Let the man recover.
Yeah, so we are here. We are doing it. Thank you all so very much for joining us. Oh, Robert, Patreon. We offer it all the time to everybody, 24/7, 365.
And somehow, beyond all expectations, motherfuckers respond.
There are more and more every day, and we appreciate
I
it.
just can't believe it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Every time I get the email, I'm like, for real? Like, really?
Come on, man.
All right, man, cool.
There's a world
I'm down.
of food and dumb shit you could buy out there,
Dude.
and you choose to help us.
We appreciate it.
Thank you. So, I'm going to give a specific shout out to this series of names, beginning with Skelly Bones.
Oh, Skellebones. Thank you.
Steve Forcell.
Thank you, Steve.
Hamish Beatson.
Yeah. What up, Hamish?
Oh, I like that. Jordan Height.
Fuck yeah, Jordan. Thank you.
Jose Elatorre,
Hell yeah, Jose.
I believe. Mark Halsey.
Yeah. What up, Mark?
Dave Hall.
What up, Dave?
Wei Wang.
Hell yeah, Wei Wang. Thank you.
Matthew Homan.
Oh, thank you, Matthew.
Maggie Walters.
Mega Waters, what up?
Punk Rock AJ.
Oh, Punk Rock AJ, thank you. Actually, Punk Rock AJ sent along a little shout out here for their Patreon shout out. Check out their podcast. It is punkrockajpodcasts.podbean.com.
Right on.
Use promo code HellerSpace for nothing. But just go check out their podcast. It's cool that, folks out there and other podcasts are supporting other podcasters because that's how you, if you don't, that's how you get fucking Thunderdome protocols.
Wow, it's true. You're
Yeah.
right. Stop the apocalypse right now. Help fuckers out.
Listen, we got to figure gas out. Don't worry. We'll get there eventually, just not today.
No.
So this week, good friends. Oh, Robert sent me a little bit of a late email. It's okay though. It's okay because when I read this, I was like, oh shit, it could have been even later, and I'd still be surprised and excited about it. This week we were talking about Gonzo green things, amphibious anthropoids running wild.
Running the fuck wild. It's a circus out there. And I love my wobbly ass bipedal green things.
Yeah, well, I mean, if that's your jam, this is going to be the ultimate jam because across the globe, cryptozoological-lore is infested with stories of amphibious entities that lurk in the murky fringes of our everyday world. Here are a few of the more intriguing cases to add to this ever-increasing list.
Tick-tock.
Oh, man, we're doing it.
I love it. I do. The whole aquatic enigmas category on our website is always been one of my favorites. Like anything that half lives in the water probably should be associated and often is with the creature from the Black Lagoon delights me to no fucking end.
Did the weird shit that lives in the water that comes out on 2 legs is my faves.
The bipeds.
The creatures are cool, but these are my jam.
Oh yeah, I mean, hairy things are all right.
Yeah.
They're all right. They have their place. Befeathered nonsense, as I call bird-like creatures.
I know, man.
They're cool. They have their place.
Everything has its place, but I have a certain spot that my heart lays with the little tiny green frogmen that come out.
Slimy. little amphibious fuckoids that bring us smiles.
Yes, there it is. All right, let's do it.
While undeniably anomalous, run-ins with usually small and evidently amphibious anthropoids, as we've dubbed them, occur with more frequency than might be expected. That shit just isn't a throwaway thing. That's not like some weird shit that you hear of once a century.
Dude, running wild, dude.
All the time.
That's what they do.
So let's do, for the listener's sake, a little walk down memory lane.
All right.
Irrefutably, the most notorious series of events involving such creatures began on a late night in March of 1955, when a cook by the name of Robert Honeycutt was coming home from work and stumbled across a bizarre trio of parachute pants-clad, wand-wielding, broad-mouthed beings that have found worldwide fame under the moniker of the Loveland Frogmen.
These are our dudes, man.
That was what started us right out the gate.
Fucking fireworks, man.
Love them. Just 28 years later, in the same region, a pair of police officers claimed to have seen and shot at a small bipedal quasi-reptilian entity that scrambled over a guardrail to make its escape into the infamously monster-infested Ohio River. And as Mark said, you can hear that again in episode number 1.
To be fair, they may have shot at an iguana.
All right.
But
so the 70s one.
The first one was the real shit with the parachute pants in the fucking in the Roman candle.
Yes.
That was the real jam.
And additional sightings, which eventually we will do someday.
Yes, someday.
But not today, because this is other frog things, not Loveland. Shut up. More recently, we covered an unusual series of events which plagued steelworker, ad man, and Baptist minister Harrison Bailey. Y'all know Harrison Bailey.
Oh, yeah.
Fascinating dude. Who on September 24th, 1951, as he made his way through a patch of woods near Orland Park, Illinois, encountered an odd array of entities, most notably, for our purposes, over a dozen brownish bipedal frogmen that stood about 18 inches tall and were seemingly obsessed with touching their human companion. It was a weird one.
Yeah, that went into Halloween masks and all kinds of fuckery.
Dangle legs.
It got weird.
And maybe Fresno Nightcrawlers, possibly ectoplasm.
Yeah.
It went to a lot of unique places.
It did.
And you can revisit those, I think, 214 and the next one.
Yes, 214, 215.
Finally, way back in episode 72, Little Green Frogmen, we dealt with what seemed to be an invasion of armored frogmen that occurred just after 9 p.m. on the night of May 2nd, 1976. According to the report, a young butcher named Dominique Mingu, I'm probably just totally brutalizing that name, was driving through the Ardennes forest when he spied a veritable army of short, helmet-clad, pot-bellied, frog-like humanoids loitering in the marshy meadows next to the road. Though the aforementioned cases arguably represent the most famous of their ilk, there are many other, lesser-known though no less intriguing incidents that involve aggressive and heretofore unknown semi-aquatic enigmas, like 1972's Thetis Lake Monster or the Mill Race Monster of 1974, which instituted one of the great monster hunts of the 70s, a decade rife with such things, which are respectively a short, scaly, skull-finned predator and a massive green-skinned monstrosity. But fascinating as they are, these types of cryptids represent an incredibly expansive family, too vast in scope to even hope to conquer in a single overview. To that end, we're narrowing our focus here specifically to a handful of sightings of the relatively small and seemingly amphibious animals who have popped up around the globe. Most of these accounts are both tantalizingly and, to be honest, frustratingly brief, but they open up a vista onto potentially ancient, though new to science, paths of evolution. So without further ado, our first case, which is as short as it is perplexing, took place in the autumn of either 1938 or 39 in the tiny village of Juminda, Estonia. And for those in the know, this is a famous little brief encounter. Nestled in Lahema National Park near the apex of northern Estonia's Juminda Peninsula on the coast of the Gulf of Finland, literally the most northern point in all of Estonia.
Oh, shit.
Like right up on the water.
Shit.
The former site of a Soviet submarine base, this rural region sported a population of just 35 souls as of 2012.
Oh, wow.
But nearly 3/4 of a century earlier, it was also known to harbor at least one awkwardly ambling amphibious entity. This incredible case was first brought to international attention by noted author and ufologist Dr. Jacques Vallée.
Oh, our boy Jacques Vallée.
In his 1969 Passport to Magonia, an inestimable treatise on fucking
One of my
just
favorite books.
Correlating aliens and fairies and all sorts of anomalous things. It's essential. It's absolutely essential to any paranormal library. According to his investigation, 2 observers claimed to have had a run-in with a bizarre Mr. Toad-like being that seemed to have stepped directly out of the pages of Kenneth Graham's The Wind in the Willows, albeit without a stitch of clothing.
Oh, you got a naked little frog guy?
He's not dapper.
All right.
He's a naked little frog
There you
man
go.
doing his thing.
That's what they do, man. They don't need clothes except for
They're fucking
first,
frogmen.
You know, well, they sometimes wear parachute pants, but we can do.
Well, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. If you choose to be fashionable, fully endorse that.
Hey, man.
Full-throated endorsement. If you choose to be as one with nature as you want, then that's your call.
It's not for us to judge them.
I say that for human beings, pachyderms, any fucking thing out there. Dangle it, wag it, love it, free it.
Within reason.
Well, I mean, all right. Yes, there are places.
Stay away from schools.
There are certain
Stay away
individuals,
from schools.
all children that
Yeah,
you want to avoid.
exactly.
I'm just saying I'm not going to shame a nudist.
No, hey, whatever. Whatever you want to do is fucking, it's good by me.
And
Just
this
don't
frog
fucking,
nudist can do his thing.
There you go. All right, respect.
The stunned eyewitnesses, who may or may not have been familiar with Graham's 1908 children's classic, swore that walking before them was a 3-foot-tall, greenish-brown beast with a large round head, no discernible neck, a broad, straight mouth, small slit-like eyes, and what were described as quote-unquote normal hands.
So just like weird human hands?
Good old normal
All right,
hands. Look at
there.
this fucking guy with all his frog head and his awkward gait and his normal hands.
He's got one of the weird little frog ass. He's like, well, look at those fucking hands. They're normal. And then there, you just got to live with it.
But are they like fine pianist normal or like rugged, hardworking fucking construction guy hands?
I don't know, man.
Or are they just straight up fucking normal hands?
We'll see.
And who decides what's a normal hand?
You know, I mean, 4 or 5 digits, you know?
I guess so.
That's I mean,
so
you-
not
you
the
inform-
cartoon 3 and thumb?
Yeah, that's what I was
Okay,
thinking.
that
Like,
makes
like
sense.
Simpsons protocols, but yeah.
Okay. The observers noted that its movements were awkward yet elegant, with its legs stepping cautiously over the terrain while its head weaved gently up and down. Oh, it's a man comfortable. It's a frog man comfortable in his own skin.
Nice.
Provocatively, the witnesses also mentioned a large quote-unquote hump on the front of its body, not unlike the grotesquely disproportionate torso lump described by Honeycutt in the original 1954 Loveland Frogmen encounter.
All right, so they got a weird, just fucking gut, right?
No.
Like,
do you remember the original eyewitness illustration by Robert Honeycutt? Up on their upper right side, there was
Yes.
this really big, distended outward
that's right. Yeah.
lump.
Yep.
That like lifted one of the arms,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
while they were
All right.
wielding their Roman candle wands and,
Yeah, they had
and
a
being
weird,
awesome.
weird hump. All right, they get that shit checked out.
Right.
For sure.
Or unless that's, you know, like kind of like a howler monkey or something. You check that throat out if you were a human.
Right.
But if it fits your species, rock out.
True.
So the fact that this other unrelated frogman type entity
Has a hump. It's weird.
has a bizarre
Side hump.
that doesn't seem to fit. It's not just a barrel chest or a beer belly. It
Right.
seems like it's a notable side lump, like you said.
All right, well.
So maybe we're talking about the same species. Maybe we're talking about the same visiting species from another realm, if you will.
Shit.
We
All
don't
right.
know what we're talking about, but it is intriguing to mention, ergo. So the pair stared as the creature ambled by. Then, evidently deciding that this opportunity to attain worldwide scientific fame was too much to miss, they began to pursue this waddling wonder. To their shock, the frightened being, despite its small stature and drunken gait, and yes, at one point they say it's walking like an elegant drunk,
Oh, all right, cool.
it managed to sprint away from them on quote-unquote fluttering feet, never to be seen again.
What the fuck are fluttering?
I imagine it's
feet?
fast. Can you imagine like Superman in the beginning of the Richard Donner movie where he runs like an awkward marionette and it still
Right.
gives me nightmares and makes me
Yeah,
a little sick to my
that's
stomach. But
All right.
or like a Chuck Jones Warner Brothers cartoon where the feet go
Yeah,
and then
all right.
it shoots off. I don't know if either of those are true. So I can only assume fluttering is analogous to blurringly fast.
I think it's funny that they're like, we're going to make this happen, and they chase it down, obviously with the idea of like, we're going to fucking tackle this bastard and tie him up, and then he's like, oh, no, you don't.
Just like the yellow what's it.
Yeah, and he fucking...
The last time we had to do a solo venture.
That's right, yeah.
Where the two guys are Benny Hilling their way up and down the cornfield trying to catch this fucking thing that's much shorter and like got these stout little legs, and they should be able to catch it, but fuck you.
No.
Fuck you, human race. You don't have the skills.
This dude jetted. He booked, if you will.
We can wrangle cows. How unimpressive is that?
Yeah.
The slowest, most awkward. Yeah, they can be aggressive. Yes, I'm not saying it's not a challenge. We wrangle cows. We can't wrangle frogmen and yellow what's-its. That's not in our fucking purview.
It's not, man.
That's beyond our skill set, beyond our pay grade.
It wasn't meant to be.
Next case. Another difficult to square sighting occurred on the German side of the stunning Lake Constance on February 24th, 1977. I've been there. It is gorgeous.
Oh, cool.
The Switzerland side is like cobblestone streets and fairy tale houses, and it's a dream come true, and I recommend it to anyone who gets a chance.
Nice.
One fucking country. Well, we'll get to it. In all sorts of countries on one lake. According to the number 63 June-July 1992 issue of the Fortean Times, page 43 to be specific, a nearly 4-foot-tall bipedal frog-like fiend was seen on the shores of the Bavarian side of Lake Constance, a body of water that borders the German state of Baden-Württemberg, the Swiss cantons of St. Gallen, Thurgau, and Schaffhausen, and the Austrian state of Vorarlberg. You don't need to remember any of that.
Nah, it's a lot of places.
Switzerland, Germany, Austria.
Okay.
One fucking ferry boat takes you to all of them.
All right, cool. And they found a little weird fucking dude. All right.
And a 4-foot-tall bipedal froggy dude.
Cool.
Well, info regarding this sighting is scant. And I don't have a copy of the original Fortean Times article. The eyewitness sketch accompanying this account depicts an outlandish entity that resembles less an actual frog and more of a gaunt, pissed-off, long-limbed, perfectly round-headed Kermit the Frog, complete with triangular neck frills, a tiny nose, and an angry anus-like mouth. Find the picture immediately because it says everything. It's just a mad little O, a ripped O.
Yeah, but I like the fact that you include the triangle and the fucking neck frills, because it's like, what are you doing with that? Like,
no frogs have neck frills. That's not a thing. That's a fucking Henson conceit.
Yeah, like my wife just recently had some sweater that had like weird neck frills, and I'm like, what are you, Amish or something? Like,
what the fuck is going on here?
What's wrong with you? I work for a living, goddamn it.
You work for Queen Elizabeth?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
And my daughter was wearing one. I'm like, this is a whole goddamn thing happening in my house right now.
No. Neck frills will not go.
Neck frills, no. But apparently this little guy, he's just pissed.
He's so angry.
I love it.
Oh, I should have sent you the picture. We can find it.
We'll find it and we'll post it up. I can't wait to see it.
As to who saw this creature or to what institution it was reported, I can't say.
Those are my favorite reports.
I know.
I love those.
Where?
Where's Chris? He loves this.
Did it show up on the internet? Well, fucking A right it did.
He's fucking editing this right now with coffee, and he's so mad.
Oh,
he's just
red.
Like these fucking people.
But looking at the drawing, it's not hard to imagine, and he's going to get even more angry now, that this might be less a cryptozoological phenomenon and more supernatural in nature.
Ooh.
Perhaps we're dealing with yet another mysterious Muppet encounter, a tulpa perhaps made manifest by a youthful mind influenced by both a love of Sesame Street and a fear of the creature from the Black Lagoon.
The fucking Muppet Tulpa's back.
Muppet Tulpas.
Oh, all right,
and
I'm there.
We have the count, and we have the extraordinarily brave eyewitness that sent us her multiple accounts with it, and we are grateful. But we also have on the horizon, definitely on the horizon, I know I promise things all the time, a whole spate of Muppet-centric, but also other fictional character-centric encounters that children claim to have with entities of unknown origin.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those. Actually, the Nicole, who originally reported that to us, sent me a bunch of stuff. Like, oh, this is other shit that I recently found. I'm like, oh, wow.
No, I remember that resource. That is definitely going to help feed the article. So thank you, Nicole, again, for all of your courage and for your help and for introducing us to a fascinating phenomenon, which may or may not have something to do with this fucking anus-mouthed Lake Constance asshat.
We got more coming, folks.
We don't know.
We got more coming.
Okay. though one cannot rule out the fact that this might be a genuine animal that just happened to bear a passing resemblance to an intergenerational icon of children's entertainment. The mind reels at the fucking possibilities. Who knows?
I mean, anything's possible.
Kermit
dude.
Tulpa, and I don't like your ass mouth, and a little baby nose and a
Yeah,
big round
I know.
head. It's so weird, dude.
I know,
his
it
ribs
is.
are showing. It's not
Yeah,
eating right.
Yeah, no, it's not eating right.
No, and that's gonna make you angry every time. Nutrition is fucking essential to a good demeanor, a happy life.
My son, a while back, like in the summertime, got into puppetry, and one of the first puppets he got was like a Kermit the Frog thing.
Oh, right on.
So he would do like little Kermit the Frog shows, and then he would do like the fresh version for me. I was like, yeah, why don't you go
down
fuck
and dirty.
yourself?
Yeah. Avenue Q bullshit now.
exactly.
Yeah.
But the puppet itself is unsettling.
Oh, yeah, puppets
It's
are unsettling.
But especially Kermit, you're like, dude, eat something. Your legs are not useful.
No.
You can't do anything with those legs but sit on a ledge and sing that song.
Well, see, the thing is, puppets burn for human souls. We know that.
Yeah,
All of us that
there
are
you go.
savvy and on the inside understand. They're not just these like little anthropomorphic hunks of cloth that are there to entertain you any more than clowns are healthily, painted human beings with sound psychological makeup. That's bullshit. We all know it's bullshit. Puppets are little demon receptacles, and either the vessel is full or it is not. And if it is not, it will be.
Yeah.
Get it out of your fucking house.
That's why it's in the basement, tucked away.
There it is.
Yeah, keeping that fucker away from everybody.
Kermit the fucking Held.
Dad's on fucking watch.
Yet another odd encounter that was reported by best-selling author, cryptozoologist, and ufologist Nick Redfern.
Oh shit, what up, Nick Redfern? I
Nick.
love that dude's work.
Oh, yeah, me too.
It's fucking so awesome.
I love that fucking I popped up in a couple of his books. It makes me so flattered.
Yeah.
In his August 3rd, 2016 article, Frogmen on the Loose. In it, Redford briefly mentions that the woods surrounding the small northeastern Texas town of Jefferson were alleged to harbor at least 3 creatures that were described as bipedal lizards with frog-like heads. Unfortunately, their exact size, pigmentation, or what they were doing, or who saw them doing it, either went unrecorded or unreported. In that same article, Redfern makes another intriguing reference to an encounter that took place below the Foothill Freeway near a crumbling concrete edifice known as Devil's Gate Dam.
Nothing bad can happen at Devil's Gate Dam.
No.
It's not in the name.
Jeez.
No, come on.
Comforting. Named after a nearby rock face that bears more than a passing resemblance to the Dark Lord,
Oh, hail Satan.
the dam was constructed in 1920 to provide flood protection to the cities of Pasadena and L.A.
Until the devil floods you.
Because the devil don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's what he's going to do.
The devil doesn't let you build a dam on his face and say, oh, yeah, lives are great now.
Or he's being super cool. He's like, you know what? You're right. My friends, I'll keep the water back for you.
No, he's just waiting for the right
I
time.
don't know, man. Sometimes you never know.
Well, you never know.
Yeah.
But
I'm erring on the side that he's being cool.
wow.
Yeah.
That's a pretty dangerous precedent to set considering
Well.
the history.
Well, you know.
But as essential as it is to the safety of the local communities, the tunnels beneath this man-made monstrosity are desolate, creepy corridors smothered in diabolical graffiti, like devil horns and fucking mayhem and normal names too.
You have to go there, drink some beers, and be like, Satan! And just start fucking doing
We've got our own
666.
little devil tunnel. Granted,
Yeah.
it's 7 feet long, but still, right behind the mall.
Oh, that's right. That is a little devil tunnel.
Headbangers Hangout,
That's-
as it was
yeah.
colloquially known.
I watched a dude fall off the top one time.
Well, it's not a death fall, but it's
No, it wasn't,
Well,
but
it
he
is if you
fell-
land on your neck, but
No.
it's a broken leg
He
fall.
fell on his ass. It was kind of hilarious.
Oh.
I laughed and I shouldn't because he couldn't walk, but
I do
still,
not envy his tailbone.
I still laughed.
He probably fucked himself up
he
for
did.
life.
Yeah. Well, we can do.
Well, it's
you know
there's
what?
a pentagram there. You know what you're getting into.
We all make decisions.
Wow.
We all make choices.
That's profound.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Care
we
to
all
add to
make
that one?
decisions.
Fucking
We all
shaman
make
stores.
we all make choices.
No, that's great.
Make better decisions.
Fucking phenomenal.
Make better choices.
Okay.
Perfect.
So these fucking tunnels, true to its satanic moniker, are renowned as a place where occultists like Scientology founder L. Ron Hubbard and other acolytes of Aleister Crowley came to perform arcane rituals designed to release who? The Antichrist.
Okay. All right. Well, not far.
So it's got pedigree.
Yeah, not far off the path, but I mean, I guess if you want to, you could just do that anywhere, though. You don't have to go to Devil's Gate Dam. You could do it in your fucking living room.
It's much cooler to
but
do
Crowley did it in his fucking living room.
I raised the Antichrist in my den. It was near the futon. It was amazing.
Crowley saw Awas.
I went to Devil's Gate Dam.
But Crowley saw fucking Awas in his fucking living room, like in his hotel in New York.
I'm not saying demons can't show up wherever the fuck they want.
Just saying, man.
If indeed they're real, they can show up.
I get it. It's ambiance. It's theater. You have to wear
theater.
the cloak. And spooky,
I mean, churches aren't. Well, some churches are, I guess. But when you go back to like old cathedrals,
right?
It's fucking theater.
I know. Yeah, you got to
arches and statues and magnificence.
I like how they include L. Ron Hubbard.
Right.
It's a great inclusion.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Well, it happened.
Pyramid scheme master himself, L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah, I know. The most evil
died on a boat. That's how you know he's evil.
That's how you know.
Yeah, he died in a boat off the coast of fucking Clearwater. There you go.
It should come as no surprise that during the intervening years, legends have grown declaring that the locale has become not only a paranormal hotspot, but nothing less than a portal to hell itself.
Oh, it's my favorite spot. Like, dude, we're going to the graveyard. Dude, in the back, there's a portal to hell. Dude, there's one of those in Port Byron, by the way.
You want to go to the P to the H?
The P.
Let's do it, guys. Come on. We'll smoke the devil's lettuce. We'll hit the P to the H.
How have me, you, and Christopher not gone to the P to the H yet?
I didn't know there was one so close by.
We should find one.
Like, literally, this is the first I've heard about our regional P to the H.
Yeah, we gotta cut through the graveyard, and it's definitely private property. We all could possibly get arrested.
Like private property, like it's a family's personal graveyard on their land, and they have guns, or like
if you're in the back of the graveyard, you gotta like go up, I believe, into the woods. But I think it might cut through someone's property. We'll figure it out.
Okay,
maybe one day.
I don't want to hike too much either.
Yeah, I mean, I could always go to the top and be like, "Yo, motherfuckers."
Yeah,
I'm here.
There are easier ways to get to hell, okay, than me walking up a hill.
I'll get to the top.
Jesus Christ.
I'll get to the top and FaceTime you guys.
There it is.
Ready for fucking total annihilation?
Look what's
fucking
happening.
do it. It's fucking devil.
Okay. Whether related to these occult practices or something equally uncanny, sometime in 1983 or 85, it's a little bit iffy there, a married couple were walking, their dog near the Devil's Gate Dam when they had an encounter which shook them to their cores. According to the couple's account, they and their dog were making their way along a narrow stream when they suddenly spied at least a dozen long-neck, brilliant green frogmen near the edge of the water.
They're just going for a little midnight dip.
Eating a little, swimming a little.
Dude, a little group fucking skinny dipping.
Orgy.
Oh, the Frogman orgy.
Frogman orgy.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, they can skinny dip and not fuck. It's a possibility.
Sure they can.
It's a possibility.
They can be platonic frog folk.
They can do that. It's
true. I feel like I'm a little sexist. I keep calling them frogmen. That's what people call them. But really, frog folk.
They could have multiple parts.
And, yeah. I mean, who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
I wasn't even going there. I'm just saying, let's just assume all genders are represented and they're having a good time.
They might have one of each.
They don't need to be discovered.
They could have one of each.
By asshats with dogs. Yes, they could have all of every.
I mean, technically, though, these people are just walking, and then there's a bunch of fucking frog folks on the fucking...
That's true.
On the, So no one's really at fault here. You just kind of stumble upon, like, oh, shit, sorry.
Oh, I wasn't laying any blame.
All right,
Listen, you can walk a dog and not have any nefarious intent other than fuck your neighbor's lawn.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all, it's all fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well...
Evidently just as perturbed as their human counterparts, the frog-like fiends swiftly popped up on, quote, 2 fat hind legs, end quote, and darted off for the cover of the woods. The witnesses noted that the creatures ran in a comical yet eerily human style. I'm not sure what to make of that.
Sometimes you see people running like you laugh. You're like, you can't run. Get the fuck out of here. What are you doing?
What's wrong with you? Because I suppose every human I've ever seen runs in an eerily human style. Yeah. It's not always eerie,
and
but...
some runs are funny, and some runs have purpose, and some runs have terror, and they're scared.
But if you see an animal or another creature that's not a human run like a human, then it could look silly because you're like, I'm not used to you having 2 legs.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean it is inherently funny. It's just that it's fucked up.
They pulled the fucking Benny Hill.
Oh, every time. So what are we dealing with here? Aliens, demons, undiscovered animals, or merely a prank? Redfern summed up his opinion stating, quote, I have no answers for such cases, chiefly because they are so ridiculously bizarre that they defy explanation. unless we suggest that nothing but hoaxing or misidentification were at the heart of the events. I have to say, though, that in the cases I personally investigated, I didn't find anything that led me to believe that hoaxing was the cause. End quote.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fucking Nick Redford brings it.
He does.
Yeah. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Mental health is important and we all need to keep an eye on it. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist and get you connected in a safe and private online environment that is convenient, professional, and affordable. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. Check out BetterHelp, HELP.com/HellerSpace and get 10% off your first month. As a part of this sponsorship, BetterHelp was kind enough to give us a 1-month trial, and I've been using it since December. I filled out a quick survey. I was connected up with my therapist, Suzanne. What up, Suzanne? In a couple of hours, and I got an appointment in a few days. Since then, we've been having weekly sessions, and I cannot stress at how easy it is to just schedule these things and communicate with your therapist. They offer a couple different ways you can do that, whether it's video, voice, or text chat, depending on what you're comfortable with. And they offer a wide variety of services to people out there that are struggling with some issues that are looking to get help. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. And again, that is BetterHelp, HELP.com/HellerSpace.
Our final case.
All right.
Which took place on the chilly day of February 28th, 1981, comes to us from the files of our resident researcher, Cole Herrold.
Oh, what up, Cole Herrold?
The first public account of this crazy critter was published in New Kensington, Pennsylvania's Valley News Dispatch on March 5th, 1981. The peculiar story bore the notable headline, quote, "Green Thing Sparks Rumors."
I miss papers that used to write like that. God damn it. All right, well, our RIP press.
I know, when they were the universal source of especially local news, then you could write whatever you want. You could write blithely, you could write matter-of-factly, you could write fucking, I mean, anything but perhaps erotically, and maybe even in some cities, what the fuck. You could get away. As a former, local newspaper man, just the joy. You once
akined, if you will, my voice and performance in a local band I was in with Chris to that of Earth Crisis.
That's true.
Which is so not close to anything that I ever did, but it didn't matter because you fucking nailed it.
But I wrote it.
And then people came and were like, he sounds like the guy from Earth Crisis. I'm like, no, I don't.
It's in print. He's a legend.
That man's a liar right there.
Oh, yeah, that too. All right. So, Green Thing sparks rumors.
Perfect.
And told the tale of a group of Westmoreland County boys, the home of the Westmoreland wild man and other crazy cryptids, lest you forget, who stumbled across a creature straight out of their nightmares.
Pennsylvania's got it going on.
Oh, my God. We were just there with the Pennsylvania pandemonium.
Fuck.
According to the report, a quartet of boys aged 11 to 16, led by 13-year-old Bill Menhart, were playing by a set of old railroad tracks near Constitution Boulevard and North Street in New Kensington and Arnold, so it's where these two communities buttress.
Sweet.
Not far from the Allegheny River and just 18 miles northeast of Pittsburgh, when they stumbled across a sight that none of them would soon forget. In his piece, staff writer Michael Burke reports that their play was interrupted when one of the boys noticed something animate moving around a slime-smothered sewer drain that stuck out of the ground not far from the tracks. Bill described the diminutive beast as a bipedal, quote-unquote, baby dinosaur about 2 feet in height with a long tail. The bizarre quasi-reptilian being was further depicted as being hairless and dark green in color with what looked to be a pair of floppy ears on either side of its head.
Oh, man. All right.
It is so Sid and Marty Krofft at this point. But unfathomable as the creature's features already were, far and away its most interesting attribute was the curved crest that adorned its head, which many claim resembled the dorsal fin of a shark.
Oh, it's got a fucking like a knife head.
It's got the flop-ass ears. It's bipedal. It's got a tail.
Yeah.
I don't know how normal its hands are. That remains to be seen.
It might not have.
There is a sketch that goes with this too that is fascinating that we'll put up that I believe was done by one of the eyewitnesses.
Oh, cool.
And if so, very talented artist on top of being lucky enough to see weird shit. But
nice.
But either way, Fascinated by their find, the boys cautiously approached this miniature menace and noted that, despite its outwardly reptilian appearance, the green thing had conspicuous nipples adorning its chest, a decidedly mammalian characteristic, as pointed out by Rosemary Ellen Guiley in her Compendium of Enigmas, Atlas of the Mysterious in North America.
All right, man. Look, it's got nips, dude.
Reps don't have nips.
They don't. No,
they don't.
Nips are meant for feeding.
Babies and milk.
Yep.
And reptiles don't play that game.
No, but why do we have nipples then?
Because we feed our babies.
Me and you?
Men. Oh no, we're human beings. We're mammals. All mammals have nipples.
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure.
I think some men can produce milk. I think I've read that somewhere, some anomalous thing.
Okay.
I don't think it's common. I don't think it's whatever. But mammals have nipples.
All right, man. I'm down.
Like
Just
across
saying,
the board.
I got no use for mine. Fuck. It's in there dry.
Yeah, but
dry
wouldn't
as
it
a
be
bone.
weird if you woke up one day and your nipples were gone? Wouldn't you be like, oh, buddies? You were always there. You were there from day one, and now you're gone, and I had nothing to do with it.
I guess
and you know what?
yeah.
I'll tell you what, too. My nipples, not particularly sensitive or fun, and so when I've encountered really enthusiastic lovers that think, like, hey, it's a good time to play with your nipples.
You just put your hands out like someone's grabbing your nips and swinging.
Yeah, just swinging back and forth. I'm like, oh, okay. I think you're trying to go somewhere with this, and full marks.
Yeah.
Full marks for enthusiasm.
God.
But I can tell you right now that
leave them alone.
This is a no-go.
Don't touch them.
It's not like I'm repulsed or it's ticklish. It's like you might as well be doing this to like the skin behind my knees. It means nothing to me.
You are the skin behind my knees.
Wow. Literally the greatest song that's ever been recorded.
Shit. All right. Well, all right. Nips aside. These things shouldn't have them.
Mammals and nips. At first, the little green gargoyle seemed oblivious to the boy's presence, but that would change when the rambunctious youths decided to employ arguably the most tried and true tactic of pubescent paranormal discourse.
Are we throwing rocks?
They're fucking rocks. Yes, that is the only way a boy can talk to a monster.
That's right. Throw
through
rocks.
The universal language of fucking minerals.
Shame it for showing its nipples by throwing rocks at it.
I know. How dare you?
Never backfired on anybody,
you, sir.
Ever. Just throw rocks at its nipples.
It blows my mind. Like, either how mean-spirited or how fucking dumb were kids. And it's not just in America, though. It
everywhere
seems to happen.
Kids do this shit, yeah.
A lot
I
here.
think it's because your kids, it's just like how you and Chris kick everything, man.
No, I kick the inanimate objects.
And kids throw rocks
I do not
at shit.
kick living things, and I do not chuck rocks at living things. If something seems like it's dangerous when I was a kid,
right.
I would not have hucked a rock at it.
Yeah, no.
Because that could anger it, and I would be in jeopardy. And if it was vulnerable and looked a little weird, I might try to get close. Hell, I might even dream of catching it and inspecting it. But I would never try to hurt the fucking thing, and I certainly wouldn't chuck rocks.
Yeah, these kids, man, their rock chucking ways. It was just it was a different time.
It was a different time.
It's a different time.
Who am I to judge? The startled creature squealed in agony and began darting back and forth in an effort to avoid the unprovoked barrage.
Oh, no.
Undeterred, the youths charged forward, shrieking with the maniacal glee of juvenile hunters on the chase, likely further terrifying the speedy little humanoid that was desperately seeking escape.
Oh, man.
Burke further reported that one of the boys, an unnamed 11-year-old, managed to dive forward and snag the green thing, sealing it in, I shit you fucking not, a full fucking Nelson.
He fucking roped it up?
He roped it up in a full Nelson.
Oh, man. You should have put it in the Boston Crab. Be like, fuck you. Oh, dude, sharpshooter.
Oh, shit.
Put it in the sharpshooter.
I don't, did they
Sharpshooter's
even know back
locked
then?
in.
Was there a sharpshooter in 83/85?
Wait. Bret Hart.
It might have been on the cusp.
Could have been the full Nelson's like the.
Oh, no, that's been around since the time immemorial.
Oh, the cross-faced chicken wing. Yeah, you're fucked.
God.
Yeah, good.
I don't even know what that is. It sounds horrible and tasty.
Just lock it in. Lock it in.
An 11-year-old kid with a full Nelson on a squirming reptoid.
With its nips out.
With its nips in
Just
full
nips
flag.
everywhere.
Like, yeah, there. Saluting everything all the time.
Just nips ahoy. Nips erect.
The sight of this squirming, shark-finned mini monster trying to wrestle its way out of the grip of this giant boy must have been one for the ages. Finally, with an ear-piercing screech, the baby beast managed to extricate itself from the boy's grip and landed on its feet with cat-like agility.
I kind of hope it bit him.
It didn't.
Like
But it would have been
It
deserved.
would have been great if he did.
No, that would have been
just
solid.
chomp.
Beckoned by the excited sounds of screams and laughter, a curious group of grown-ups began to migrate down the tracks to see what the hell was going on. They arrived just in time to see the slippery goblin ably dodge its pursuers before disappearing down the sludge-encrusted sewer drain with a pile of kids falling in a heap, narrowly missing their elusive prey.
Oh, I took to the sewers. All right.
What else are you going to do? And maybe that's where it came from.
Yeah, I mean,
From whence there it go.
Yeah, you got to go back home, dude.
But either way, you got to get the fuck away from punk-ass kids that are chucking rocks and screaming and trying to fucking, I don't know, pile on top of you. It's terrible.
Yeah, you got to get to safety. You went to the sewers, man, where we all know safety is.
I don't know about that. But maybe if you're a tiny sewer monster,
you know,
it's the most safe.
Dude, it's a different world down there, friend.
I believe that. World. It's not one I necessarily need to visit. I've seen enough fake ones in movies where I feel like I got a feel for it. I know it's not authentic. I get that completely.
No.
From like Kolchak the Night Stalker trying to fight the fucking Moss Man / Honey Island swamp monster in the fucking sewers of Chicago or whatever that episode was.
My favorite take is in Jason Takes Manhattan, where the guy's like, your kids got to get out of here because the sewer was flooded with toxic waste at midnight. It's like, oh, really? Is that what they do?
Is that how it happened? Is that for the gators?
Yeah, really.
Is that what nourishes their fucking albino hides?
Then they obviously catch fucking Jason down there. Fun fact, only time in the franchise that Jason ever talked.
I forgot
he
about
says, Mommy,
that.
don't let me drown.
Didn't he turn into a kid?
Yeah, with a weird diaper.
Oh, my God. I can't.
Exactly.
I
He's like,
cannot.
Mommy, don't let me drown. Then boom, there you go.
I simply cannot.
Listen, it's
deal
not for
with that
us
movie.
to understand what Mr. Voorhees is up to in the sewers of Manhattan.
It isn't
Just
for
know.
us, but it's up. Oh, go ahead.
Just know.
That he's there?
He's there.
In a diaper?
Yes, as a small child.
Crying for his mom?
Yes, who drowned many years ago.
So now I got to feel bad. Fuck that movie.
How dare you?
Fuck all
Cinematic
that.
masterpiece, you piece of shit. How dare you?
Literally.
How dare you?
Fucking 4 good movies, and they are the first 4.
And Jason X is one of them. Continue.
Jason X is not one of them, good sir.
Continue, good sir.
4 of them. I really like the final chapter.
Son of a bitch, continue.
Crispin Glover is a great dancer.
All right, Chris is sending me knife emojis. Continue.
Minutes ticked past as the ever-growing group stared down into the filthy black abyss, hoping to catch just one more fleeting glimpse of the anomalous amphibian. But as the sun dipped low over the horizon, the boys knew that they would need to cut their vigil short. After all, a missed curfew led to a grounding, and that would prevent them from returning the following day to continue their hunt for this enigmatic entity.
Oh, ring it in, boys. Tomorrow's a new day.
It reminds me of the Kira UFO kids. I never had the privilege of having a group of friends. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah,
I did.
Fuck you.
No, I did that pause. But that had a group of friends that saw like something anomalous, like a mini UFO or a small sewer monster, so that the next day the plan was the gang was going to get together.
Yeah, you gotta get
you're going to hop on your Huffies. You're going to pedal to the fucking sewer. And you're going to, I don't know. Just
Moxie of youth, dude. Get some M80s and shit. Some WD-40 and a lighter. Fucking blast that bastard out of there.
But I would have done that all summer long.
I know.
I would have done. I would have staked out that sewer pipe like it was my fucking job. Like I was a cop who fucking had his partner killed by the guy who went in that sewer, and when he came up, that motherfucker was mine, and he probably wasn't going to make it to court.
Oh no.
Yeah.
All right.
I would have James Conned that shit.
Oh man, you just got to throw shit in there. Hope makes it happen.
Instead, I got really excited that night thinking about like, oh, I think I buried some Star Wars figures in the left hand of part of my sandbox. I will try to exhume them tomorrow.
Tomorrow will be the hunt for the Jawas.
Yeah, it will be like the worst kind of archaeology, but my favorite.
Nice.
After just 24 hours, the word of this encounter had spread through the small community like wildfire.
Oh boy.
And folks from all walks of life began making pilgrimages to the sewer pipe in the hope of seeing for themselves what all the hubbub was about. Reporter Michael Burke watched as a woman approached young Bill Menhart asking what was going on. He simply replied, "There's a monster down there."
that kid.
That kid's in charge. He's the one.
He's just like a little John Wayne. Like, ma'am, there's a monster down there.
Ma'am, you're going to want to step back a little.
Listen here, ma'am.
You got lovely shoes.
I need you to remove yourself from the pipe, ma'am. The vicinity of the pipe. Remove yourself, please.
I love Bill Menhart.
And this what was it, like 11 or something?
Oh yeah,
He's
no,
young.
he's 13.
Or he's 13.
He's
Yeah,
still pretty young.
Everyone's following his lead.
Yeah,
like,
but
this kid knows.
his like young follower is Johnny Full Nelson, who likes to like hook up the monster. So he runs. The kids were 11 to 16. He's 13, and he's in charge of the posse.
Because dude,
so
he's
Bill
the kid.
Manhart,
Yeah,
I'd love to see what happened when he met Big Lou when he got older.
American heroes.
We need like to make all our fake characters real characters. I mean, our real people that we turn into fake characters, transform them back into
real
something
people.
real. And either way, Bill Manhart, God bless your heart.
Fuck yeah.
The furor surrounding this event became so great that the police chief of Arnold, one William Clark, interviewed the boys and even received an eyewitness sketch from the unnamed 11-year-old boy who had briefly manhandled the thing. So not only is he fucking good at capturing monsters, he will doodle the fuck out of them. And his drawing's really good.
Nice.
The drawing, impressive as it was, brought investigators no closer to identifying this amazing animal, as nothing like it was ever known to have existed. Outside of, again, 70s Sid and Marty Krofft bullshit.
Sweet.
One of those most interested in identifying the so-called green thing was a ufologist named Bob Gorman, who spent Tuesday, March 3rd and Wednesday the 4th investigating the scene and interviewing eyewitnesses. Gorman attempted to coax the creature out of its supposed lair by leaving apple slices near the opening of the sewer, claiming that, quote, creatures like this seem to go for fruit.
I don't know where he's getting this from.
And you're a ufologist.
Yeah,
You're not
really?
even a cryptozoologist.
Come on, dude. Yeah, you're out there studying UFOs and you're like the frogmen like apple slices. No, they don't.
You don't fucking know.
Yeah, what if they like oranges?
I don't even think frogs
what
like
if they're
apples.
offended by apples?
They
What
might
if they're-
hate them.
Yeah, what if they like the bananas?
What if they're good Christians and they're like, the devil's fruit?
Oh,
Thank you, no.
Yeah, that's right.
I want to live in blissful nude ignorance.
Yeah. All right, what if they like potato chips?
I do.
Yeah, I do too.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Flavor
I
chips.
got you. Fuck yeah. Spicy fucking chili Doritos.
Syracuse chips.
Yeah.
You had them yet?
Oh, yeah.
That's a cavalcade of flavors.
I know.
And it's regional.
I know. Son of a bitch, I love chips.
Wow. There was no sign of the green thing. A plethora of mice and rats were grateful for the feast.
You just brought the plague. Good job.
Perhaps it was optimism that made Gorman assume that the creature wasn't of a carnivorous disposition. Maybe it would have preferred the rats to the apples.
Oh, you're getting those 2 for 1 punch. Because you put the apples, we'll bring the rats and the creature will eat the rats.
Maybe he was softening the blow.
Yeah.
Maybe he knew he was collecting rodents and possibly birds.
Yeah.
Because he assumed it was predatorial, but he didn't want to scare the local populace who's like,
dude,
these things seem to like the fruit.
Yeah, and then you got to get some corn, put the corn down, and the local deer show up. They like to eat deer.
Oh,
there you go.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, there it is.
I mean, I don't. I really don't.
No, I'm not a big
They're so
fan of venison.
gamey, and I feel bad, and they're cute. And I know cows are cute too, but fuck you, I'm a hypocrite. Oh, no, I've got angst. No, I've got angst. No, I'm going to get over it.
You're in so much trouble on Reddit right now. You have no idea.
I'm going to eat 3 tacos and learn to live with myself again. That's why I drink. So, this is why we need Chris. Look at this. Look at this off the rails bullshit that we're doing here.
Oh, he's so mad right now.
All right. The Fortean investigator would go on to say, I think if it exists, it's moving upriver. That would be the Allegheny.
Makes sense.
That would be the final official sighting of this perhaps migratory mystery. But it would be far from the last sighting of its kind. In the same article, Herrold mentions a case hailing from Breckenridge, Kentucky in 1966, wherein an unidentified 5 to 6 foot tall entity.
That's a tall bastard.
Taller than what we've been talking about, but I'm throwing it in. Complete with scales, a short tail, a head frill, and webbed digits, charged into a man's home, waking him from a fitful slumber before sprinting out and vanishing into a nearby river. Herrold posits an interesting theory regarding these cases, stating, quote, this is almost identical to what was reported, except that it did not have a long tail. I wonder if these entities could truly be aspects of this species' life cycle like a traditional frog, the green thing being the in-between stage of a tadpole and a grown frog, and the Breckenridge creature being a full-grown adult. Another possibility is that it could be some sexual dimorphic features and that one or the other of the species in question here is male and female.
Like how the
females are sometimes smaller,
or the fucking female predators, at least in the comics and shit, are bigger.
It can work either way,
dude.
So
some Amazonian predator fucking boobs. Yeah,
There it is.
coming at
Well,
you.
I mean, if they got nipples, I mean,
predator. No, I can confirm predators have nipples.
there it is.
There you go.
Oh my God, these are baby predators.
Oh, watch them nips, folks.
Intriguing possibilities all. And I find Cole's theory interesting.
it's pretty
because when
interesting.
you're talking about frog-like things, amphibious things, intermediate stages of
Right.
development are absolutely valid.
Totally. Yeah.
I mean, and,
for sure.
and something that is like fully aquatic, becoming something that is a little bit of both, becoming
Yeah.
something that is terrestrial is just the course of it on Earth
Dude,
for a
from-
lot of these creatures.
From tadpole to 5 to 6 foot man just running in your house and waking you up. Weird.
Well, he's scaled and a little bigger.
All right, but
and
look-
I know I promised earlier with the Thetis Lake monster and the Mill Race monster that I wasn't going to get into the big guys. But as I was reading Cole's article, I saw he tucked that in. And I'm like, well, fuck. I'm going to throw it in
yeah,
there.
let's include it. Fuck
Because
it.
it's 66, it's Kentucky, and what a terrible way to wake up.
It's 66. It's good. That's how every great
it's
story
raucous.
starts. It's 66. It's Kentucky.
Kids, I wasn't going to tell you this tale, but it's 66. It's Kentucky.
Yeah, I was
Gather round.
I was awoken by a somewhat large, normal-sized lizard man. He entered my bedroom, had the nicest pair of nipples I've ever seen on a lizard man.
Oh, and a fin.
was-
Fin to die for.
I was excited, but I was also scared. There you go.
Erotically challenging cryptozoological fiction.
that could be one of those new fucking books from the guy that writes the stories about Bigfoot screaming in people's asses.
Oh my God, I forgot. How
Yeah.
could I forget? The man's
Yeah.
a national treasure.
There you go.
Inevitably, the more evidence we are presented with, the more questions we are left with. Assuming that even a few of these accounts prove to be the real thing, then what is it that we are dealing with here? Evolutionary offshoots of ancient amphibians that, like our primate ancestors, took an anthropoid route, evolving into utterly bizarre quasi-humanoids that seem to have followed an evolutionary path similar to, but decidedly unique from, humans and birds, the two species whose primary form of ground-based locomotion is walking bipedally? And I know some motherfucker out there saying, yeah, Rob, but what about a kangaroo? They hop.
Yeah,
bitches.
that's right. Yeah,
You know what walks? Us and birds.
that's right. That's
We
it.
walk primarily, and fucking Gonzo green things, and that's what walks.
There you go.
Or are they denizens of some deep, dark netherworld, another dimension that is colloquially referred to as hell? Perhaps.
Did you really just refer to as hell?
Yeah, I'm just saying it's another dimension. It's a hell dimension. All right.
I know. I love
All
it.
right, I know you're questioning me.
I wasn't reading it. I was watching you read it, and then you said hell. I'm like, fucking all right, sweet.
So I know Chris isn't here
All right,
to
I love
further
it.
assault me.
No, I get it.
But if there is a dimension where there
Okay.
are things that are awkward and uncomfortable, say like Cenobites with like barbed wire and regret and fucking and pierced nipples ahoy
All right,
and
yeah.
all sorts of shit, and all that's great, and they're just living for the pain of others, and they're not really doing it because hell is a fucking real place and it's all about suffering and everything's black and white, but because there's just a dimension where that shit happens.
Hieronymus Bosch in his paintings depicted demons as kind of like frog-leg dudes.
Yeah, he could have. He could have been. You know what he could have been doing, Mark,
Yeah.
for you?
What's that?
Piercing the veil.
Pierce the veil.
Could've
Let the
pierced the
veil
veil.
be pierced.
It didn't necessarily have to be Christian hell.
All right, I'm going to get under my paranormal umbrella. I'm going to let you finish.
Okay.
Okay.
Known as hell. Perhaps we should stop looking down and cast our eyes skyward in search of ships that might deliver these gonzo green things to our terrestrial doorstep. Okay, are they motherfucking aliens?
Oh, shit. Coming from the cosmos.
Are they the hells? Are they the interdimensional hells?
Oh.
Are they the magic monsters? Are they cryptids? Which seems it's where I want to go, but
All right.
I mean, you'd find them more often, you'd think.
You would think,
Or
yeah.
are they the ETs, aka EBEs,
Yeah.
from the UFOs, aka UPAs?
Oh, the fucking hell, they're spaces. All right,
The uppers
cool.
and the oopas, and the EBs and the ETAs.
All right, let's do it.
Or not.
Okay. or hoaxes, one of the two. It's fine.
Whatever they may be, they're weird, they're wily, and they are much more common than most people think.
Oh, man.
And that's our little dip, our little toe dip into
I like
the world
it. I like it. All
of
right.
amphibious anthropoids.
Excellent. So I think you definitely bring up a bunch of interesting cases here because obviously the picture is set. The first couple there really it's so quick. It's almost like these things are existing alongside of us and we're just getting glimpses of them.
It
Like,
really
there's
seems that
some
way.
hanging out at a fucking lake, or then there's two near a lake, right? Or
Sure.
No, there's two.
There's Devil's Face Rock Dam.
Yep.
Devil's Devil's Gate Dam.
Yes, then there was a group of them on the shore, and then there was the one that was over like in
Jefferson,
Switzerland,
Texas.
Yep.
And Lake Constance on the German side.
Yep.
So a lot of these things are like one and done, and so that always has to enter the equation in a way where you're like, it's so much more convenient. Like we all know an orang pendek or even a chupacabra, something people are even less likely to believe in, because I think a lot of naturalists actually believe that a different or an undiscovered species of primate can exist in Sumatra. It's consistently seen, has a fairly consistent description, lives in a fairly consistent habitat that is remote enough to allow for something to be concealed. All of that adds up to something that seems, I guess for lack of a better term, biologically feasible.
Totally.
And I'm cool with that. And I love that. And as a crypto head, that shit's my jam. But then there's these one-offs. Like you see fucking angry anus mouth Kermit, and he's there once, as far as you fucking know, and no one sees him again. So then you have to entertain all sorts of possibilities. Obviously, there's the diabetes and the devil.
There's always the misidentification,
firmly
man.
on the table.
Yeah.
That somebody wearing a weird costume, somebody dressed in a green hoodie with fucking inappropriate frills.
Fucking super weird kid.
And you fucking see it the wrong way.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of other things. And once you fucking finally exercise, if you're even able to, all of the pedantic fucking natural explanations, then you have to go to the weird shit. It's like, well, it's not like they're constantly being seen there. So it's either high strangeness, extraterrestrial. Well, it is high strangeness, but it's either extraterrestrial visitation, interdimensional interloper, migrating cryptid that just popped up this one time but is seen more commonly somewhere else, so I've never heard of the round-headed Kermit species.
Yeah.
Or fucking something just purely supernatural, and I mean that in the definition of occult supernatural.
Right. I mean, we have had instances of these things, though, with UFO sightings.
Of course.
So that kind of corroborates that.
I mean, the Zamfretta abductions, their enemies were these frog people that Zamfretta himself saw in the blue liquid tubes where they were transporting their dead or, I don't know, somehow hibernating enemies back to their homeworld.
Too, with Harrison Bailey.
The aliens,
also, too, in France with the weird helmeted frog guys.
The one in the Ardennes forest there.
So, I mean, but you know what, though? You can't take the devil off the table. Could this be something diabolical? Because if this is what demons look like, and fucking boo on your fucking shoes.
Wow,
what a bummer! What a fucking bummer! All right, I want them.
That is the funniest way to term it. If you're gonna be diabolical and hellish and tempt my fucking loved ones and do all the things you do and make people suffer for eternity, and you take the time to, this is how you dress up when you go in public. Boo on you, sir.
Exactly.
What a funny way to shame a demon.
I don't know, man. I want them all to look like fucking Tim Curry from fucking Legend.
Well, we all do. Where the horns are. You know what kind of back problems that guy has? You know the chiropractor bills?
How do you even sleep?
God, it's terrible, but he looks awesome.
Yeah, but what do? You just menace all day like this.
You gotta have a super foam pillow that's molded to your exact head with like a foundation wall behind it,
like if
for support.
If you're sitting in your fucking sweet darkness chair and you got them big horns, is your head constantly like wanting to tip forward?
Of course it is.
It seems like it would.
Or to the side.
Yeah, he'd be all fucked up.
Like every day is a neck day for him at the gym.
Shredded though.
Yeah, he's super strong, but don't tell me it doesn't hurt.
It's got to.
Hurts so bad.
Yeah. All right, back to demons. I don't know, man. I mean, it could be. Anything could be a demon at this point.
That really begs the question, what is a demon?
Exactly.
Is a demon, and I know what we were joking about it earlier, is a demon literally a rejection from heaven, like they tried to rebel against God? I'm going back to the Abrahamic text.
Oh yeah.
God said, "Fuck you guys. You were my right hand men. I really liked you, Lucifer. You were the prettiest. And fuck all y'all. Fuck you for doing the bad things. I'm going to throw you to hell. I'm not going to kill you, and I'm not going to destroy you, and I'm not going to stop you from mal influencing my babies, the human race. But you're out of here. So fuck off.
Go away.
And then you're down there, and then your whole point is being diabolical and doing evil shit, and you really hate people because they were, I don't know, the new kid that came into the family and took all your glory. So like a terrible Big Brother story, really.
I mean,
all right. So is that what demons are?
I don't know.
Or are demons entities from another dimension that are designed in a different way that appears, terrifying to us, even though they might not necessarily be evil, and maybe are stronger, so they can hurt each other or do darker things to each other, or maybe into like straight hardcore S&M, and that's their jam. And I'm not here to fucking judge, but for us, it seems like,
S&M.
what the fuck is going on? You guys are clearly evil, but they might not be.
They all just have ball gags immediately. Like, guys, I can't understand what you're saying. You got ball gags in your mouth.
You got to stop. You got to stop doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I think I tend to go with you, though, more on the whole demon tip of, like, I see them more as, like, not necessarily something, like, from, God and Jesus and Abrahamic shit, but more like an interdimensional thing. I think I tend to go more like that, like more of, I would consider that like the occult route,
right?
Where it's not like you're accessing fucking like, dear Jesus, can I get your Rolodex of demons? And then Jesus is like, oh yeah, Mark, here you go, your fucking Rolodex of demons.
All
like,
you gotta do is look at fucking Solomon's payroll.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's more of like an like interdimensional thing, which would tie back to the occult, which this all could clearly tie back to the occult.
Then these things being interdimensional, whether they be demonic interdimensional or just fuckers from another realm,
that could tie into extraterrestrials, though, because if you look at what Crowley was doing with contacting AWAS or AWAS, where the fuck you say it,
right?
Looks like a classic gray.
Well, that goes down to a classic misdefinition,
right?
Like we all consider extraterrestrials to be extraplanetary. That is not what it means. It just means they're not from this terrestrial orb.
Right.
So extraterrestrial. So that's why we qualify interdimensional versus extraterrestrial. But in reality, you're talking two different things. Aliens are off-planet entities that just evolved biologically like we did, developed technology like we did in their own ways, and are exploring the cosmos like we used to and are starting to do again, thankfully. And happen to be more advanced than us. That's the interplanetary theory of it.
Yeah.
But an extraterrestrial literally is just an intelligent entity that doesn't come from fucking here.
Dude, hell or space.
You don't have to limit it to another planet. That could be interdimensional.
Yeah, dude, fucking one and the same.
Man, we're all frogmen a little bit here.
Space.
We're a little out of the swamp, man.
No,
we started drifting.
I think that we got it though. I think we kind of have an idea about these things. I do like you said earlier. I do like Cole's idea about it because I always do want to go back to like science and cryptozoology and get back to like, okay, what could these things possibly be in our world? Like, what are they?
Right.
Which, if they are just seen that sporadically, all right, man. Like you said, migrating. I mean, if that one of them is happened to go into a fucking sewer pipe.
If you can migrate underwater or in sewers, you can traverse great distances and not be seen.
And even the sewer, I mean, they're not migrating to the sewer. The thing's just probably hiding.
In the sewer,
I mean, just because if it's daylight out and you're trying to hide, you'd go into some place like a cave.
Everyone's holding vigil around this one hole. It would never come out that same fucking hole.
No, and that sewer probably just keep walking down it and it goes someplace else. That thing was like 14 manholes to the south, and they're just sitting like it's going to come out. Like, you don't know how fucking sewer
And the thing just scuttles out and does whatever the fuck it wants.
It probably finds some fucking weird connection, and it's like, see you later, and it's fucking out into a river.
Yeah, it's in the Allegheny doing its thing.
There you go.
And here's something that needs to be mentioned, because this was also mentioned in Cole's article. I'm just going to read directly from it regarding specifically the New Kensington Green thing that we were just talking about. One of the most popular theories as to what the green thing was is that the creature was an escaped exotic pet. Cryptozoologist Chad Armet, I believe he's the guy that wrote about the Van Meter monster. I'm not 100% sure.
Yes.
Put forward the possibility that it was specifically a plumed basilisk. The reason for this, Met would claim, is that the basilisk lizard does have a primarily significant crest, much like the green thing, and also, more importantly, the basilisk lizard can run bipedally.
Oh.
The most incredible feature of this is that the basilisk lizard's feet are designed so that it can even create tiny air bubbles, which cause surface tension in rivers as it runs. Oh, is this the Jesus lizard?
I was going to say, how the fuck is this
I thought I
thing?
knew the name of this. Okay,
it creates air pockets with its feet.
Giving it the ability to run on water.
That's a fucking thing on Earth?
Yeah, 100%.
This is real?
Oh, yeah. And
I
there's
call bullshit on this lizard.
I don't listen. This thing doesn't necessarily match the description given.
No, but if it, I mean,
but I certainly entertain the idea.
It could be misidentified. It's a lot of weird lizards that are loose, though.
Much like what you were saying about an iguana maybe being responsible for the 1970s frogmen sightings, especially the creature crawling over the guardrail, getting shot at, disappearing.
Iguana, yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, there's parachute pants and Roman candles and distended lumpy chests. Honestly, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something that's going to challenge people now.
Oh, no, what's that?
The original frogmen didn't really look that much like frogs.
Oh no!
They're sort of like squad dudes
how
with
dare
fashionable
you.
pants and fireworks.
Just weird aliens.
I crossed lines.
Oh,
I crossed
no.
lines. Man, they might have been gnomes.
He might have been
River
gnomes. You brought river gnomes into this.
Fuck.
Oh God! Shut it down, Bobby. Shut it down.
They're frogmen, man. I don't know why. I don't even know who said that. I don't know what I was doing. I lost my shit. I lost my mind for a second there.
No,
I'm good.
Oh, so
right.
many negative reviews.
So we've got
so
diabetic
many.
iguanas
They're diabetic
who love
iguanas.
to live in Pennsylvania
Yeah,
and do their
dude.
crazy shit.
All right, man.
I like our men's theory. I think a lot of these things are definitely prosaic. A lot of these things have really traditional explanations. Some of them do not. I want to think some are cryptids. I've always wanted to believe that the Loveland Frogmen are cryptids, but really nothing about it indicates it. Not the technology, not the clothes, not the fact that they were seen a few more times, as I've hinted a few times, but they weren't seen like continually over and over again, hunting, crayfish and minnows and slipping into the river and doing the things that an indigenous species would fucking do.
You got to challenge the norms, dude. That's what we do here at the Cryptonaut podcast. We look at the norm and we're like, I'm going to challenge you. That wasn't a frog, man. That was a weird gnome.
Kicking the norms.
There you go.
Right in the balls.
There it is.
I still love our frogs.
There it is. Thank you all so very much. Gonzo Green Things running wild. Cryptonaut podcast. Over. Oh shit. All right. HowThereSpace.com.
Do it. You're doing it.
I fucking forgot. Get the t-shirts. Thank you all so very much to everyone that buys the shit.
Yes.
When you buy the stuff, put it up on Instagram and tag us on our account. There's connections to there. Yeah, there's connections. If you're following us on Instagram, just put us up and tag it. We like checking that shit out. Patreon.com/Cryptonaut podcast. Thank you to everyone over there supporting us. We appreciate it so very much. The Instas and the Twitters and the Facebooks are out there on the social medias, and we're doing it. Check out the Instagram, Facebook fan page.
I just made a biannual visit.
Rob just happened to show up. Yeah, there it is. So,
I love these motherfuckers.
Every 3 to 4 months, bang, fucking make an appearance.
It's not like I'm avoiding it. Like, I actually look for it. It's like a time, and I have I have a little cocktail, and I'm all set up. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to visit my friends on Facebook.
You have a little night in with Facebook.
I do.
All right, there
I get
you
snuggled
go.
in. I'm like, I don't need to write tonight.
Yeah.
I'm going to fucking be a friend.
Nice. So be sure to check all that out over there. And thank you all to everyone out there listening and supporting us. It means so much to us. It was a hell of a 2021, and we're looking forward to a hell of a 2022. And,
hell yeah.
Chris will be back next week. I'm sure his sinus infection will be, over or whatever. He'll be back here being good.
You missed, buddy.
Yeah, and he's editing this right now, so he's right now I'm sure he's just like, all right, asshole, end it.
Fucking
end it.
Why are you
Fucking
doing? Oh my
it.
God! Every moment you talk is a moment I can't stop.
Exactly.
But we love you, buddy.
Yeah, we love you, buddy. We miss you, and we will be talking with you soon.
I'm sure that's the case. I can't think of a good reason why it wouldn't be the case. River gnomes.